Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 10th to the 16th of December. The messages are for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising. So thank you very much to everyone who watches the videos, likes, shares, comments on them, everyone who subscribes to the channel as well. It's all very much appreciated. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. As I've said to every sign so far, it feels like the Power of Surrender deck is a really weird choice to go with the Shapeshifters deck, but I was very much drawn to this one, so I'm honouring that. We're going to start off with a message from the Shapeshifters deck first of all, and that's going to be like your main theme for this weekly check-in. So for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising, what is the main message, main focal point, main theme for the weekly check-in for the 10th to the 16th of December? So for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising, that was really easy and quick because, as I've said to all of the other signs, this deck is really awkward for me to shuffle. Having small hands, it's a huge deck, but yours has come out more easily than anyone. So you have bats in the belfry, you can achieve great things. So I'll put that there. And remember to make sure it's in focus because I forgot to do that for a lot of the other signs. So when you sort of check to watch it back, it's blurred. So we're going to have a quick look in the book. These messages, each message is in 3 parts, and I'm going to read 2 out of the 3 parts because I feel like that will be the most relevant to you or most helpful. So with this card, it says, bats in the belfry speak. Others may say you are indeed batty, and this ascendancy has seemed mad even to you at times. The current state has been preceded by a heavy, hurtful climb. Just because no one can quite see how you've made it to the top does not mean you did not have to climb. There was no magical lift, no easy way up, nor did you fly. But you did follow your instincts. And we, the bats, the ones who can see you in the dark, led you to your current home. Now you are here and so many wonders you can see, and so peaceful and fine it feels to be high above it all. The air is fresh and clean and you can see just where you need to go in the future. There will be a time to start the next great journey, but for a moment, take time and enjoy the wind at your back, the incredible view stretching out before you, and the freeing sense of detachment from the cares and woes of all those who said it could never be done, that you did not have the skills, that you could not climb so high. You have. You have done well. Now take a moment and enjoy the magnificent view and all the wisdom this height can offer you. See the future direction, see where you made what others call mistakes, and see how those below stay stuck. And know you need only ask for our help, especially when the darkness falls. And you will find your way to the beginning of another great journey into places that others say it is not possible to go. It is. You have shown it to be so. Now let us take in this glorious view. The divination message says, through the choices you have made, you have managed to actively show that it is possible to do what others once insisted could not be done. You have clearly shown that the miracle that is your life is a result of the decisions you made to no longer be limited by fear and conditioning. You have been so very brave. The choices before you now are expansive. Don't become too lightheaded. Consult yourself and heed the advice of others who have broken free and are flying high. Take the advice of those who have dared to achieve their dreams, not those who suggest you stay safe by never daring to dream at all. So interestingly enough, Pisces, so I knew I was going to be reading for you. So say about 15 minutes ago when I was sort of washing the dishes, that sort of thing, I was thinking, right, I'm going to read for Pisces next. And then I thought, are there any like thoughts around the reading that are coming up? And I kept on thinking about work, like the word work, work, work. Even as I've sat down and I was reading that message, I kept on thinking about work. So this message for some could very well be relating to work. What comes to mind as well with it saying about people, heed the advice of others who have broken free and are flying, those who have dared to achieve their dreams. It is making me think, yeah, career-wise, work-wise, I mean, that might not be the only meaning. And we'll see what happens when the tarot comes out, but that is coming to mind. So you could be going freelance, you could be pursuing a dream that you've had, you could be doing something independent, starting your own business, working for yourself, self-employment, whatever it is. But let's see what else comes up here. So with the tarot cards, I'm going to get you something else, see what else comes up for your theme, focal point as well, first of all, and then we'll continue. Someone may have gotten a new job, possibly, but let's see what comes up. So that one fell to the floor. Just bear with me one moment. And it's sideways, so I have no idea if it was upright or reversed. We've got the Nine of Swords there. That's come up, I think, in every reading I've done today, one way or another. So I'm going to read slightly differently from usual now. So usually I do 3 cards for your energy, any external or surrounding energies, and guidance. But today I'm going to do past, present, future. And I wanted to see how it felt. I wanted to see if it would feel more beneficial, if the messages would be more open. Just wanted to try something different. So we'll see how it goes. It's worked well so far for all of the other, I believe you're sign number 10 that I'm reading for. So all the other 9 signs, it's worked well for them. So past energies relating to this. They've got the 3 of Swords, but in reverse, which is not a bad place to be because upright, it's fresh, isn't it? So in reverse, it kind of suggests that it's old pain. It could be avoiding pain as well, possibly. Present, current energy. I'm not going to take this, but it kind of, wow, not shocked. Queen of Pentacles, it was going to be in reverse, like it flipped and it was going to be in reverse. She would be, I mean, she is nurturing and there is a lot here to do with self-worth and values, but she could potentially be a business person as well, couldn't she? The Queen of Pentacles. And she was going to be in reverse, but let's see. Present, current energy. Okay. You've got the King of Wands. And you have the 2 of Cups. And the King of Wands can be known as an entrepreneur. So that would be the person that pursues their, like he's got the balls to pursue his, not to say that the others haven't, but he really has the balls to pursue his dreams and connect with whatever it is that he loves. So any guidance? Sorry, not any guidance. Future, potential future energies. You've got the 6 of Pentacles. That is the energy of giving, generosity. Could be someone here doing something relating to charity work or support work. Support work is coming to mind in some way, shape or form as well. It could also be where if you've succeeded at something, you might be advising or assisting or supporting others to do what you've done. That's something that comes to mind as well. Let's clarify and see fully what this is about, because it may not just be, I mean, I imagine that for some, it can be relating to work, but it might not be relating to work and career for everyone. So, 9 of Swords, why is that coming up? I mean, if you are pursuing a dream, 9 of Swords energy, that would be normal, wouldn't it? You would be anxious about it. You might be a little bit stressed. You might be a little bit worried about if you'll succeed, if you can do it. 9 of Swords, please. Right, first card you have is is fear of the unknown, isn't it? And that can happen in many situations, including work, where you want to pursue a dream, whatever that dream is, whether it is to do with a person, a path, a career choice, a project, whatever it is, there can be fears around facing the unknown. So anything else for that 9 of Swords? Anything else for the 9 of Swords, please? We've got the Emperor, that's boss energy. We've got the 5 of Swords, thankfully in reverse, I believe. King of Cups. Anything else? Let's get one more. And we have got one more. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is an opportunity, isn't it? And that can be related to work, money, finances, stability. Let me get something for that 5 of Swords and maybe for the King of Cups. That's what I feel drawn to at the minute. So 5 of Swords in reverse. Why is that here, please? Why is the 5 of Swords here in reverse? No, it said no. Why is the Five of Swords there in reverse, please? Yeah. Okay, that's actually good. So I was right initially, that's good. And I'll explain in a minute, and then I'll get something for the King of Cups. You've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, that's progression, that is. Temperance. Let's get one more. And the Queen of Cups now in reverse. Right, so as I said, you've got a fear of facing the unknown at this point in time. You may be going through this process with the other four cards, which I'll explain in a minute, or it's saying that there's a need to go through this process. So the Emperor, if it's in general, it's about taking control of a situation, being the boss, taking the lead in a situation, whatever that situation is. In work, it would be you are the boss, whether it's, it feels more like the boss of yourself, really. Like, again, as I said, self-employment, entrepreneurship, but it could be that you a manager or higher level or something in a company. But the Emperor is the boss. They're the one in charge. They're the one who takes the lead. The Five of Swords in reverse, that would be if you are going, as I said, if you're going through this process, these are the challenges that you are overcoming. It's the opposition from other people, it's self-sabotage, it's where you've been disappointed. Like, if this is something you've tried before, it's that disappointment of the past, which can be burdensome, with the Ten of Wands there as well. Anything that's kind of put a spanner in the works, basically, it's overcoming those challenges if you're going through that through the process at present. If you haven't already, again, it's needing to do that. This King of Cups here, it feels like this is part of that process. It feels like maturing into the situation. Yeah, it feels like maturing into the situation, because you've got the Knight of Cups, which is in reverse. And obviously the Knight, you get the Page, the Knight, you do get the Queen as well, and you get the King. So it's like maturing into a point where you are, I feel like part of it is about emotional capability to handle the situation. Because if you are trying to pursue a dream, whatever that dream is, whether it is work related or any other situation, I guess there is a process of maturity that comes with it, doesn't it, as you pursue it or get to the point of pursuing it. There could be something about spiritual teaching or leadership with this King of Cups as well. And I think, did I mention advice as well? I think I mentioned advice with that Six of Pentacles, that you could be, if you've been through an experience successfully, you could now be teaching others how to achieve what you've achieved. And that would be if it was the King of Cups in a teaching leadership role. Back to the whole spiritual thing. I mean, the Queen of Cups is known for having spiritual gifts. For me, Temperance can be a card of connection, like spiritual connection as well, whether it is connection between two people, the heavens and the earth, the spiritual. So for me, Temperance could potentially be about tapping into your spiritual gifts or developing spiritual gifts as well. And there could be something in terms of pursuing dreams relating to timing here as well, with Temperance being in reverse. Like previously, it may not have felt like the right time, or you weren't ready. Like, again, I've talked about being mature. Maybe the gift or ability you have, whether it is spiritual or not spiritual, it wasn't developed enough for you to use it in the way that you want to. But it's like the opportunity is here now for you to do that. So as I said, there's a bit of worry about it, or some worry, fear of the unknown again. But either you're going through the process of taking the lead, being in charge, and overcoming any challenges, the maturity stuff. Either you're going through that process, or this is what you need to be going through to get past that stress at the moment. So let's put these back. And we are next going to look at that past energy, the Three of Swords in reverse. I mean, one meaning for this with the Three of Swords in reverse, it could potentially be if it's something, a dream that you've wanted to pursue for a long time, this can be where you've avoided doing it because you want to avoid getting hurt, or you've been reluctant to go ahead with it because you've tried to avoid getting hurt. But let's see what comes up for that. So for the Three of Swords in reverse as a past energy, please, what do we need to know about that? Six of Wands. That first thing that comes to mind with that is it's where, again, as I said, where you avoid doing something because you worried that you won't be successful. And you want to, I mean, obviously, if you don't succeed at a dream that's really important to you, it's going to hurt if you fail, isn't it? Anything else? I mean, the other meaning is that you could have overcome pain in a certain situation, but it's something big enough that you can now, it could be something big enough that you can now tell other people how to get over it. So one example would be, well, there's a few examples that come to mind actually, like addiction. If you are somebody who's experienced addiction and you've been sober or clean or whatever you want to call it for a decade or something, you're now in a position that you can share your story and kind of encourage others or support others in overcoming that. Or if you've had a particular illness like cancer, for example, if you were ill and had cancer and you've overcome that and you've been in remission for a very long time, and again sharing your story about that. There are other things as well, work situations, like I think every billionaire has a story, don't they, where there's been, well, I don't know because I don't look up stuff about millionaires much, but imagine that a lot of these people have stories about failure and how they've had to continue and keep going, and then they share their story and it kind of encourages other people, you know, like the TED Talks kind of stuff. So let's see what else comes up for that. Whoa, Three of Swords in reverse again. So it really could be. It could be more along the lines of sharing your success story of overcoming challenges, pain, but I still think for someone it could be avoidance, avoiding pain. Let's see what else comes up. Avoiding the pain of failure. And even if it was a romantic relationships in general, or a particular romantic relationship, I mean, that can be a dream of somebody's, can't it? And some people do avoid relationships to avoid getting hurt. Sometimes some people avoid it altogether. Some people stick to casual dating because they don't want to get hurt. You know, there's different ways of it happening. So anything else? Right, I'm going to take this first. That feels like it belongs there. Then you have the wow. Okay, I am going to say for the most part, the strongest thing that's coming through at present is someone overcoming challenges and pain, because you've got Eight of Cups there walking away. I mean, they're walking away from pain. They're walking away from whatever didn't feel good anymore. And then the Chariot is where you then... You're the charioteer, aren't you? As I've said about 1,000,000 times now. It's about having the discipline, the confidence to make a move, to choose a new direction, to get the Sphinxes in alignment and to drive the Chariot in the direction that you want. And you've got the Ace of Cups there. So what are you driving towards? You could be driving towards fulfillment, happiness, whatever it is that you love. Yeah. So I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at it from the perspective of avoidance of pain. It could still be avoidance of pain for some. It could. The Eight of Cups could potentially be avoidance still, in terms of avoiding something because you feel like you can't cope with the pain of failure, or you can't cope with it, but you just don't want to feel that way, do you? Nobody wants to feel like shit. So it could still be avoidance. The Chariot, sometimes, I mean, they're at a standstill at the moment, aren't they? So that can be sometimes where you need to choose the direction, where you haven't made your move yet, but you need to get in the game or something, get your head in the game or whatever to make a move. So it's kind of like needing to move on, needing to choose to take action, to go towards what it is that you love. And I was just thinking, looking at that as well, in terms of the avoidance of failure thing, the Eight of Cups could be sort of talking about the need to leave the fear of disappointment behind and just go for it. So there's a few different ways of looking at it. Let's put these back. So that's past energy. So recap, in the past, you've either avoided doing something for fear of failure, or you have overcome the challenges of failure, pain, etc., whatever, and that's your success story. That's what you've achieved. So now we have the Two of Cups, King of Wands, and I mean, it's present energy, isn't it? The King of Wands, you're ready. You are ready. You're ready to face what you love. It almost feels like, or to do what you love, whether that is to share your story. And when you think about it, any story of overcoming challenges and success, it's a story of self-love, isn't it? In a way, I know that sounds probably a bit cheesy and corny, but it's you've been through a battle because you loved yourself to achieve whatever it is that you love or whatever you desire. So it's an expression of love towards yourself. So it is a love story in a way, a story of success and self-love. I know that sounds really whack, but that's what just came to mind there. So again, if there is a relationship element involved, it could be someone being ready for a relationship, but it's whatever you love, whether it's a person, a path, whatever. Let's see what the Two of Cups and King of Wands is talking about then. Two of Wands, Ten of Cups. I mean, that's, you're ready to choose. You know what? You know your path, don't you? I mean, this Two of Wands person is literally facing, he's got the world in his hands. I feel like that person knows. They've either chosen or they know. Well, I mean, he's got his hand on that stick, the one that's ready to go off on an adventure and go towards something. So you very well could have taken action. The King of Wands is a card of action. And there's emotions here as well. There's passion and there's emotions. You've got the Ten of Cups. This person is ready or is making a move to go towards their happiness. Anything else? Yeah. Queen of Swords. She knows her truth. And again, she's someone who, in traditional tarot, she's someone who's been through hell. I believe in traditional tarot, like, she can be a divorcee. She's been through a lot, and that's how she has her truth, because she's been through so much. So again, going back to those other energies about your success story. And we all kind of have a success story in a way, don't we? Even if it's not as one specific thing. We've all been through challenges in our life. Well, I should think so, unless you've lived in a complete bubble, not having anything to do with anyone or anything. But we all have our stories and how we've gained our truths, don't we? But she knows her truth. So you know what your happiness is. You know what you want. You know what you've been through, where you've been, where you've come from, hopefully, or you're becoming aware of that in the present. Right, again, it's that whole thing about that success story is coming to mind, because this is something, whether it is poverty, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is you've been through, again, it represents challenges, difficulty. This is how she's gained her truth, and there's change at the end here. So she's used it to change her path, and you can continue to use it to change your path. Let's look at that Wheel of Fortune. Of course it falls to the floor, just bear with me one moment. And I believe I'm going to need to take them upright because I don't know how they fell. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles there and the Page of Wands. So I'm not sure which one came first, because you could look at it, you can look at it both ways actually. So you could look at it in terms of that you're ready, the changes that you've been through have now made you ready to explore, to gain sort of a different sense of abundance, stability with that Nine of Pentacles. That's one way of looking at it. Or you could look at it that whatever you've been through, those experiences that you've been through have given you a sense of abundance and stability, and it means that, but you're now ready for a different adventure, a new adventure. You want to achieve something new. So those are the two ways of looking at it. Do I want to get anything else? Let's just get one more out of curiosity, but I think that's enough for that, to be honest. Either way, you're ready. Even if you've achieved a lot already, it's like you're ready to achieve even more. Let's get one more for the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Of course, down the side of the table. That's progression. Eight of Wands. You're ready to progress, to move on, to continue. You know, like at the end of a film or a series, it's like to be continued. That's what that feels like, to be continued. To be continued energy. I mean, it mentioned expansion, I believe, here, and that would be the expansive energy. So ready for action, ready to face what you love. That's what it feels like. Face what you love. I don't know why it's coming up as face what you love instead of do what you love, but that's what it's coming up as. So put these back in the deck and we'll look at your potential future energy. And I said it's one of giving, so I don't know if somebody's going to do any charity work. Somebody could be a humanitarian. That's one possibility as well. Maybe you are somebody who's, I mean, you got a couple of travel cards with the 2 of Wands and the 8 of Wands can be travel. So somebody could be doing humanitarian work. Somebody could even be doing teaching overseas or something, or getting a job overseas. That comes to mind. But let's see what comes up for that. Or as I said, I think originally I said one of the main things that came up was sharing what you know and your experiences to kind of motivate or assist others. So 6 of Pentacles. So I got the 5 of Cups. You've got the 3 of Pentacles. And then you have the Sun. Wow, okay. Yep, okay. Again, it's giving the energy of sharing your story. Like I said, sharing what you know, sharing what you've been through. You've got the 5 of Cups. So that can represent people who are, like, say, going back to that example of people who have dealt with addiction. So if you've dealt with addiction, this would represent the people that are currently on that path now in terms of addiction or trying to overcome it. This could represent working with them, if that's something you're doing, because, you know, like you can have organizations, like I think you have stuff like Aquarius, I believe, is to do with alcohol. It's an organization in the UK that deals with alcohol addiction. So you've got the 3 elements there. So is it multi-agency working? Like say in the probation service in England, if you have a person on probation who's an addict as well, you've got a bunch of people working together, so it's multi-agency. So you've got the probation officer, you might have social services involved, you might have a drug organization, there's other names for them and I can't remember them now, drug organization involved, you've got the person, so you've got different people working together to kind of see that person through their situation, and to help them recover and improve their life basically, and that could represent that working together. If it's not specifically other people, like in situations where you're supporting them, it's just bringing things together in general. This could be, again, it could refer to what you've overcome and using the kind of the review of that and that experience to help you figure out how to move forward. As I say, this is future energy. Again, it is, as I say, it feels like sharing what you know, because you've got the Sun, which can be about illumination, and there can be a spotlight energy. This reading is similar to Gemini. To Gemini's reading, it is kind of similar to Gemini's reading actually, but you've got cards of communication and expression here with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You've got the Sun, which is illumination, so it's like, again, it's that openness and sharing what you know. There can be something about potential here in terms of if it's just you, if it's not about giving, charity work, support work, that kind of thing. It's just, again, working, whatever you're working on, the potential of that, the expression of that as well. Is there anything else I want to look at here? Let's look at the Sun out of curiosity. I mean, the Sun is like the highest potential, isn't it? And the Ace of Swords can be a card of victory too, victory and success. The Knight of Swords is your truth, whether it is that you're speaking about what you know and sharing information, or it's just what you know you want to do and you want and need to be happy. But let's look at that Sun card, and then I think I'll get final advice, because I think that's as much as I need to give at this point. So the Sun, 7 of Cups, this still speaks, the Sun for me still speaks a lot about potential, whether it is you just your potential and your dreams, or if it's you assisting other people to reach their potential. You've got the Seven of Cups there, which can be the dream. It's the dream, isn't it? It's the different perspectives of how you achieve what you want to achieve, but it can also be you sharing, again, sharing what you know, your perspectives, and helping someone else or other people see the different perspectives that can help them reach their highest potential. Eight of Pentacles is putting the work in. So whether it's you putting the work in or you working with someone else and they have to put the work in, it can be that. And the Seven of Wands is standing up for it. It's something that you believe in, isn't it? So you see potential in it, and maybe you need to help others see potential in something as well, including themselves. They are potential too. I'm going to look at the Knight of Swords just to be nosy. So for me, that Knight of Swords, it's a truth. Again, whether it is about sharing, it's still giving a dual message. Quite a few of the readings this week have gotten that vibe to them. So which one do I want to do first? So let's go to the side of it. If it is about you sharing your truth, it's you sharing what your dream was and how you matured and got to the point of achieving that dream, how you took action, how you became boss, got into boss energy. Again, if it's just the truth of what you love and what you want to pursue, it's knowing what you desire, what your heart wants, and stepping into that boss energy to achieve it. So I'm going to leave your message there. I think that's yeah, I think we've got enough from that. So this is the future energy, by the way. Either way, it's giving, whether it's to help someone or it's to the situation. It's giving, it's your time, energy and effort to something that you feel is valuable. So let's get your final cards of guidance from the Power of Surrender. So final advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. We have surrender to complete healing, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional and spiritual healing. So I'm going to get you another one because I have done for everybody else at this point. If any of the signs only got one card come out, I've been giving them two. Some of them got two automatically. So surrender to complete healing. It can be, again, referring to your story of the challenges you've overcome. And that doesn't mean you've finished healing. I've said a million times that it's like it never ends, does it? There's always something we need to heal or overcome, or some sort of challenge in life. There's just different levels of things and different things that happen. But yeah, it can refer to the past, and again, you sharing that past and how you've overcome things. Or it can be that maybe you've got a little bit more to do, or again, it can be that you're supporting others, and that can be therapeutic to you as well, helping others. It can help you to complete your healing. Let's get one more card. Anything else? Oh my Lord God. Okay, and I was just thinking of the title because I've said it so many times in the video. I was thinking, I'm going to call this video, Is This Your Success Story? What do you get? Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. I absolutely love that. Yeah, I'm definitely calling your video, Is This Your Success Story? And to me, it works in both aspects, whether it is that you are ready to share your success story literally, or whether you are going through this process of overcoming any anxiety, any challenges, and it's leading you to success. Either way, is it your success story? So I absolutely love that reading, Pisces. Yeah, that's all I have to say with that. You know, thank you for watching the video. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want a personal reading. See the description box for info on that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best. I absolutely love this. But yeah, take care.